and we're playing with all amateurs, we feel like this would be a good idea.
Is this right?
This is really shady. I hope this guy's broke.
Guys, is it the right hand? No hands in this. What's
It appears as if he's counting chips, but watch. He actually has a whole different intention right there.
Uh-huh. He's back? He's back.
Alright, so after handing Alec Torelli the L, he's quiet for a couple months, and then 8 months after my video, tell me how he comes out on Joe Ingram's interview and he just starts like spitting off all this stuff about Doug Polk's editing. Alright, so let's clear up this whole Doug's editing thing real quick. So Alec Torelli broke the rules on a televised cash game event. That part nobody's really debating.
So let me be clear. Obviously, not having my chips in a visible position is a mistake. And that's my mistake. And I think I made that mistake, absolutely.
It was just whether or not he did it by accident or on purpose. That was the last video.
I don't think where I draw a clear line in the sand is I didn't like premeditatedly put my chips in a position to gain some advantage. So there's like a huge distinction between those two things.
Okay, so the question I'm going to ask in this video is mostly centered around this clip where Alec Torelli completely misrepresents the situation to the floor by lying about his orange chips and how they got there.
Like, I had just won these and put them here.
Anybody that's seen my last video knows that Alec Torelli spent hours putting those orange chips there. It is highly unlikely that he simply forgot how those orange chips got there after putting in so much effort in hiding those gray chips behind your stack. So instead of telling the floor the truth, which would be I just pulled this gray chip out of my pocket and I put it right here, he lies to the floor.
Like, I had just won these and put them here.
And pretty much what he's saying is, not only was this an accident, but it's likely Wolf saw my two $5,000 chips literally just before this hand. But I just won these orange chips, and I literally just now put them right here.
Like, I had just won these and put them here.
And yet, if my intention was to misrepresent the situation, this would have been the most perfect time to do it, given that this is the moment in which I'm showing the floor the authority with the power to decide the ruling in a poker game. Now let's rewatch the clip in chronological order with no Polkish cuts so you can see where he cut the clip and everything that was omitted.
And my question is, what kind of person goes through this much trouble to hide the chips for hours, lie to the floor about how they got there, delete that from your video? The part where you lied to the floor in the first 2 minutes of his video, he cuts, edits, mutes, and deletes that.
Instead of doing that, he showed you this moment instead. The moment in which I show the floor, the person who's responsible for overseeing a poker game, and who could have come up with any decision, certainly not a decision that I could foresee. Imagine if he allowed you to see the moment in which I show the floor bluntly that my chips were actually behind my stack when he's there to make a ruling.
Because they were here and like, because they were here and like, we were here and like,
I didn't know
he did the same thing! He did the same thing! Okay, listen, I'm gonna show this in my video, right?
And that's why I was upset. And that's why I made a video responding the way I did, because it was like, this is bullshit.
What kind of person goes through this much trouble to hide the chips, lie to the floor, delete that from your video to paint the picture that he's telling the truth to the floor, also that he can flip this on Doug for the rest of his video?
I wonder why that wasn't shown in Doug's video. But actually, I'm not that surprised this clip didn't make it to Doug's video, given that he craftily decided to cut out about 10 minutes of what actually happened. Why is this important? Because Doug's whole argument and painting me as some sort of villain starts with his bullshit editing, cutting and replacing the video footage, all to portray that I was dishonest to the floor and to Daniel Cletus Wolf.
You were dishonest to the floor about the orange chips. You were dishonest to Wolf about the gray chips. And your argument, your video literally starts with you 18 seconds in taking a clip from Doug's video about the gray chips to Wolf out of context.
Where were they?
they were right here.
It is implausible that he didn't remember where he had just grabbed them from when he had gone through so much trouble to place them there to begin with.
Now Torelli's actually starting to piss me off a little bit because this is not true. This is a picture of where they were before, and this is now where he's trying to say that they were. They were not there in this second version that Torelli's saying it was.
He takes a screenshot 8 seconds before the shove. Now, I want you guys to notice something. When we hit play, we are not moving backwards through time. The first time I saw Torelli's video, I literally thought that these two shots were taken like out of order, out of context. We're not moving backwards through time. The clock is counting down. Doug Polk has no time machine where he gets to go forward and backwards through time. So then it happens where Alec Torelli, you know, lies and says where the chips were.
They were right here.
Now, this is not a fair comparison. To do a fair comparison, you need the same camera angle. So what we can do is we can hit play again, where the clock counts down again. We're not moving backwards through time. And as long as Alec Torelli does not touch those gray chips, we can wait till we get back to the same camera angle. And Doug Polk literally takes the very first clip from that same camera angle, shows the comparison. Doug moves on to the next point. What he could have done, he could have hammered the point home and talked about how then Torelli calls the floor over and lies to the floor.
And like, I had just won these and put them here.
I feel like if I just came out and said, like, I'm sorry, then the public wouldn't have known that Doug's video was cut in a way that took clips out of sequence and put them together to make it look like things happened in an out-of-line way.
Then he went backward in time, took a clip out of context and pasted it right after the first one, and make it look like I lied to the floor about the position of my chips.
And like, I had just won these and put them here.
Doug's video didn't say nothing about like the position of your chips to the floor. That's the position when Cletus asked where'd they come from, and you said they're right here. That was the position that, yeah, I'm gonna call BS on that one.
And you know what the sick part is? That this did not happen by accident. This video was carefully cut together to tell a one-sided story and intentionally make me look bad.
This much effort, literally to avoid apology. Like, you went through this much effort, lying, manipulating, flipping it on Doug. This much effort, literally to avoid, like, apologizing to Wolf, maybe doing something sincere.
I did apologize to Wolf during the hand.
Well,
Where were they?
they were right here. But
Were they?
I had them the whole time. I should have said something or put them out there. I'm sorry. I like obviously wasn't trying to angle you at all.
No,
you
no,
know?
I did not know.
I just, you know, moved my stack around. I'm left-handed, and I'm sorry.
Like, I said I was sorry in the moment, in real time.
I just, you know, moved my stack around. I'm left-handed, and I'm sorry.
So I had nothing really more to say to Wolf. I said I was sorry.
Left-handed, and I'm sorry.
Oh, he's left-handed. Okay. And here I was thinking you didn't have your big chip stuff. I didn't realize you were left-handed. I guess that makes sense.
Okay, so let me get this straight. In real time, he gives Wolf the left-handed apology. Then he goes back, makes a video saying that left-handed apology was crap.
No, no,
I just, you know, moved my stack around. I'm left-handed, and
Now I'm just being fucking stupid. Clearly, being left-handed has nothing to do with it, and that's obviously not related to my silver chips being misplaced.
Tweets out he still owes Wolf like a sincere apology. Does nothing for months. Then goes on Joe Ingram's interview. Goes right back around the full circle to that. Yo, bro, dude, I told him I was left-handed in real time. Like, that left-handed apology that's as sincere as it gets.
So I had nothing really more to say to Wolf.
That's fake news, man. That's fake news. Alec had plenty more to say to Wolf, but that's the next video. Anyhow, like, yeah, the backlash Doug took for the clip cutting and all that.
You can put videos well together and cut them up in a way that makes people look in a very, very bad light. From people that are nobodies in the industries up to the very, very top people. I won't name any names because I want to leave their privacy.
But yeah, like I said, the amount of backlash Doug got for this, you know, from people at the bottom all the way to the top of the industry, like, yo, dude, Alec was the one cutting the clips. I don't understand how Doug was catching this much backlash. And then, like, his editor for this video, Thomas, seriously serious, like, I don't think it's fair to him. He, like, put the video together, did a really great job, and you have Alec lying on somebody's, like, job. Like, that it was his job to do that, and you're lying on his job, and I don't think that's right. So, I definitely think that in spots like that, when you're doing like really good work and you're getting lied on. I feel like your voice should be heard. Don't forget to comment. I read every single comment, appreciate every single comment, interact with you guys. So let's hear from Seriously Serious and yeah, Wendell Nett.
So to the people listening that don't know, I'm Seriously Serious. I do a lot of the editing on Doug's videos. Okay. This really bugged me, man. When he did his like 30-minute response video, one of the first things he says is that like lies were told through the video editing, and my heart skipped a beat. And I said, oh shit, did I make a mistake? I better go back and check through the tape and make sure that like everything was correct. So I did, and everything was fine. Like he's talking about like the chronological order and how like things were put out of order, and it's just not true. And this isn't like a conclusion that you could accidentally come to, right? You would have to just be deliberately lying about this, and I'm really annoyed that he's still lying about this. I mean, he even posted like the original footage, and I guess just assumed that nobody would check. So like his fans are just going to assume that everything he says is true, but that is some sociopathic shit, man. So this like weird vibe that you get from him that comes off very inauthentic and stuff, I think that's what it is. And maybe he believes his own lies. I don't know. Maybe he's a bit of an... I don't know what his deal is, Joey.
And even what Super Soaker put the video out there too. Like multiple people put this thing together. So to say like that's a lie, it didn't happen, and then to say like, oh, I didn't mean to do it, it wasn't on purpose. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just like I don't personally believe those things. So
Super Soaker's video was outstanding. He went point by point. I highly recommend it to you guys listening. He really breaks it down in extreme detail.
As the wizard walked down magically, something was amiss.
All in.
This fall, all the payback you want.
Does he have me covered? What kind of fish would Alec Torelli be? An anglerfish.